TIFU by leaving out my Kong while I was at work, by user undercover_union 145. I just got home and I genuinely don't know how to process what just happened. Currently debating if I should move to the mountain by myself. So here's what just happened. My wife's out of town for the week, and since I've been working crazy hours, an overnight shift straight into a morning one. I asked my mom to stop by the house, let the dog out, feed him, and keep him company until I could get myself home. Now here's where it gets mortifying. When my wife is away for extended periods, I have a personal toy. It's blue, hourglass shaped and let's say ergonomically designed. My wife is fully aware and even jokingly nicknamed it my Kong. Anyway, before I went to bed after my last shift, I washed it and left it on the dish rack in the kitchen. Usually I put it away immediately, but I guess I was overworked and I passed out without thinking twice. So fast forward to today. I come home after 16 hours of non-stop work. I'm exhausted, dead on my feet, and just ready to fall into bed. I walk in and there's my mom on the couch, happily playing with the dog. And in his mouth? The Kong. Covered in peanut butter. I freeze. Just completely short circuit. She gets up to greet me and goes, "He just loves his Kong." Immediately she can tell something up and asked, "Is everything okay, sweetie?" I mumbled something like, "Yeah, just a long day," and stumbled off before I could burst into flames on the spot. She didn't stay long, thank God, just left me a plate of food and went home. As soon as the door closed, I sprinted around the house trying to catch my dog, finally wrestled the Kong from him and chucked it in the trash like it was radioactive. Now I'm lying in bed, sleep deprived and emotionally destroyed, trying to decide if I'll ever be able to look my mother in the eye again. Or if I should tell my wife. Or if I should just disappear. TLDR, left my sex toy on the drying rack. Mom mistook it for a dog toy, filled it with peanut butter, and gave it to my dog. Update/edit, just told my wife, after almost passing out from laughing so hard, through a smile she scolded me for leaving it in dish rack. Admittedly, it wasn't the first time she has told me to not leave it in there, somehow I think this time the lesson has stuck. Also, wow, came back to this blowing up, hope y'all enjoyed my misery. Edit, along. Edit 2, I can't believe I am answering this right when I wake up. It is not a toy that I insert into me, I insert myself into it, might be a link in the comments. Edit 3, hopefully final, okay, wow, now my biggest post and first ever awards, thank you. For those who keep asking how my mom knew the name and can't be bothered to just read the comments, Kong is a well-known dog toy brand, my toy looks similar to it, which is why my wife gave it the nickname. TIFU by taking Viagra daily for nearly a year, by user Craig J. Smith himself. For a while now, I've been feeling flushed in the face, with a ruddy complexion. My face has felt hot, prickly, and I've had a very stuffy nose, as if I'm allergic to something. Let's flash back to last April. In April last year I was prescribed Floxetine, Prozac, due to an ongoing mental health situation, and it seemed to work for me. My mood was elevated, my temper suppressed, everything seemed to be going fine. Until I began a new relationship, and everything seemed very good. The connection was immaculate, the vibes were good, the petting was heavy. However, I begun to notice that things weren't biologically rising in the way that they should. I initially chalked it up to being in my late 30s, and that these things might take some time. However, this problem persisted, and in July last year, I spoke with my general practitioner, who provided me with a prescription for sildenafil, Viagra for the layman. 100 milligrams of which I should take. I proceeded to take the little blue, circular 100 milligrams tablet every morning, alongside my vitamins and normal pills of the day. Things were never better. My sex life was enviable, I begun to feel energy like I haven't felt since my teens, and my general motivation and drive seemed at an all-time high. Until the third or fourth week, that is. A colleague said to me, "Hey, looks like you've been laid out in the sun too long." "Don't think so." I responded, hurrying off to consult a mirror, to see that my visage was bright, blotchy red. I chalked it up to sunburn, or an allergic reaction. For nearly a whole year, trying different creams, lotions and antihistamines to try and quell the redness. All the while experiencing tremendous tumescence, not to brag, or anything. I finally booked in with a different GP, with hopes of seeing a dermatologist, to curb the red-faced woes. "You've been collecting a prescription for sildenafil every month for a year," he says, upon looking at my file. "Yet I question. You must have a big backstock by now. The doctor says. Are you flirting with me, doc? I reply. Surely you aren't in need of them every day, the doctor responds. And then it all became clear. These aren't a daily medication at all. They're to be used as and when required. For those who don't know, sildenafil, Viagra, causes one's blood vessels to open more readily, causing more plentiful erections, but also, flushing, sinus stuffiness, higher heart rate and a multitude of other symptoms which could be attributed to other things. TLDR. I took Viagra for nearly a year because I thought it was a daily drug, not something you should take when you need it, and I ended up with a red face, both literally and metaphorically. Edit. Thank you to those who pointed out that I misspelled sildenafil. I clearly didn't even read the packet enough to get the word correct. Thank you to those who thought this could be AI-generated bollocks. I assure you, it is not. Lastly, and finally, thank you to those who called me an idiot. I couldn't agree more. But this is a learning experience, and I now know to always read the label of things that I am prescribed. TIFU trying to kiss my crush, by user boredthing_69. So I've had a crush on this guy for ages, but I've got a seizure condition. My seizures are usually caused by stressful and getting overly nervous. Obviously, this goes amazing with having anxiety lol. So basically me and my crush are JS on a walk and I'm thinking that it's going well and he feels the same ABT me. I'm also freaking out internally BC this could be the day we have our first kiss, which is terrifying but in a good way, if that makes sense. After like an hour or so we're at the top of some hill, JS talking ABT random stuff and he jokingly says this would be a great place to kiss. This kinda stuff gets me really nervous and red and I start laughing awkwardly, then I half jokingly lean in to kiss him. Big mistake lol. He leans in as well, literally pulling me in to kiss him, so I'm fucking terrified of what's happening but also super happy ABT at BC I wanna kiss him. Then JS before we can actually kiss everything goes blank, and when it's not blank, we're sitting on the ground and he's JS making sure I'm okay. He starts explaining that I had a seizure and he's really sorry ABT it, still obviously checking if I'm okay and asking if he should call anyone. I'm like nah, it's all good. After all this happened he asks if this is probably a really awkward time to say, but I still think this is a good place to kiss. I agree that and kiss him, so now we're dating lol. TL, DR, I had a seizure trying to kiss my crush but we're dating now. Quick edit, I know it's not exactly a fuck up but it started with a fuck up and ended really well lol. Quick edit 2, my writing style sucks but I'm dyslexic and it's late so it's easier for me to use a lot anacronima. TIFU by thinking my boss was flirting with me, she was not by user snitch duck. So this happened like 2 days ago and I'm still dying inside lol. For context, I, M24, just started a new job last month. Things have been going well, everyone's cool, and my manager, F30S, is super friendly. Maybe a little too friendly? She laughs at my jokes, compliments my outfits, brings me snacks sometimes. I started thinking maybe she was low-key into me. So on Monday she comes by my desk and goes, "You always smell so nice, what cologne is that?" And I kinda panic flirted and said, "Well, I'm glad you noticed, it's called desperation." Immediately I realized what I said. She just blinked and went, "Okay then," and walked away. Later I got a Slack from her that just said, "Please be mindful of professional boundaries," and I swear I ascended out of my body. I've spent the past 48 hours rethinking every single interaction we've had. I might actually die of cringe. TL, DR, thought my boss was flirting, tried to flirt back with a dumb cologne joke, now I'm probably on an HR watch list. TIFU by accidentally liking my ex's Instagram post from 2 years ago, by user slide address 8238. I was scrolling through Instagram, like 2 AM or something, and somehow ended up on my ex's profile, guilty I know. We broke up like 8 months ago and I've been trying to move on, but I guess I was curious about what she's been up to. I was looking at her recent posts and then started scrolling back through older ones. I guess I was deeper than I thought because I accidentally double-tapped on a photo from like 2 years ago when we were still together, not a pic of us two, but a pic of her that was done through my iPhone. I tried to unlike it right away but the damage was done. I was so embarrassed I just spent the rest of the night playing Grizzly's Quest trying to forget about it. She texted me an hour later asking why I was stalking her profile and I said that I miss her, I truly do. I almost fainted when she said to me that she misses me too and now we're gonna go out this weekend. I did fuck up by liking her pic, but I guess sometimes fucking up will bring a good thing next, haha. TL, DR, I liked my ex's Instagram post and now we have a date set for this weekend.